Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are going to be continuing our top 25 stats series across the entire game with covering the top 25 alliances. So in usual fashion, we're just going to show you everything off right off the bat. I'm going to go through and talk about some of the ups and downs, some of the new additions, and obviously give everyone their flowers and shout outs. Now, as always, before we get started, I always have to preface, especially for anyone new that's watching the channel, I know we've been getting quite a few new subs in, especially from our top 25 kingdom video. And so let me just explain that the data here was captured from the kingdom's SS1-4, which essentially is the youngest kingdom, or oldest, I guess you could say, up to 125, where I essentially went through all of those kingdoms one by one. I actually went all the way up to 160, but for simplistic terms, we looked all the way up to 125, where we assessed, okay, well, are there any data points here that we can still input? So I had to go through each of the kingdoms individually, look at each of the leaderboards individually, and then basically pull all the data and then plug it into the sheet. Remember, there will be number two here is there will be some kind of margins when you think about alliance power, because obviously there's going to be different factors for when it comes down to having certain behemoths as an example, or if you're, potentially kind of front loading some of your power, if you're running kind of a mega alliance structure where you're basically just kind of filling it into the number one, number two alliances, right? Some of those things will, again, have certain implications when it comes to some of the power that you're going to see. And then number three is that all of the servers, so I forgot to mention this in yesterday's video, but the last thing before we get started is that the top kingdoms has been added to the public spreadsheet. So you may notice if you're looking here that this is the master spreadsheet. I actually have a public spreadsheet. This is the one here. This is actually available to anyone and everyone. So basically what I do is I update the master, and then 24 hours after I upload a video for when I do these new series, I'll then copy the data over to the public sheet. So if you want to link to that, it's going to be in the description, pinned comment right down below. So that way people can just kind of, if you want to look at, what some of the data that I plug in, some of the different columns, or I should say different boards, right? That'll be there and available to you. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the goods, because I do got some good stuff to share. So as always, right, let's start off by giving everyone their shout outs. So we're going to work our way bottom up. So we got at number 25, Oakso from Kingdom 77. They're a new addition. Welcome. Number 24, we got Hot House of Trolls from Kingdom 35. They're new. Welcome. Number 23, we got TDG Temple of the Doge, 2.6 billion. Kingdom 40. They're new. Welcome. We got number 22, EIS Eminence of Shadow, 2.6 billion. Kingdom 68. They're new. Welcome. And again, we're skipping. I'm not doing like plus or minuses for the merged servers. And once there are more merged servers, as I said in the previous video, right, I'll do separate ones where we'll do non-merged versus merged. So that way it's at least just more consistent. But just because there's not enough merged kingdoms right now, that's why we're including for the time being. But number 21, you got KON, Kings in the North from SSS 1-7. Number 20, breaking in there, DL, Dragon's Legacy at 2.68 billion from SSS 1-5. I think I said two S's there. Number 19, NF Nightfall, 2.68 billion. Kingdom 61, they're new. Welcome. We got FEK2, Eternals United, Eternals, I think is what it is, 2.69 billion from SS 1-5. Then we have number 17, BDM Blood Moon, 2.75 billion from Kingdom 32. They're our first kind of up down. So they were previously ranked number 25. You can see that right here. They're up from there, looking at, I think that's 8 positions, if I can count right, plus 1.1 billion on their plus minus. So that's nice to see. Then we get to number 16, MT Moontree at 2.78 billion from Kingdom 36. They're new. Welcome. We got PI01 Fruits International. Been watching some nice PvP with them too as well in SS1-4. So it's been great to see. 2.79 bill. Number 14, GD4 Garuda and Dragon, 2.84 billion. Kingdom 45, they're new. Welcome. We got RK3 Ragnarok, 2.88 bill at SSS 1-7. Also been watching some great PvP videos that we've done on the channel as well. Been awesome to watch some of the fighting happening in there. Number 12, HF Hurricane Force at 2.889 billion. Sometimes I have to go extra so I don't say the same thing over. One more line. Kingdom 37, they're new. Welcome. We got number 11, FAA FA. and I think this is because there was other characters and I just shortened it. 2.89 billion, Kingdom 43, they're new, welcome. Breaking into the top 10, LW Wolf's Legacy, 2.99 billion from Kingdom 33, they're new, welcome. We got GDZ from, or sorry, the number 9 position from Kingdom 34, 3.12 billion, finally breaking that 3 billion threshold, they're new, welcome. Then we got number 8, Uu, I think is Vongola Family, 3.18 billion, SS1-5. Number 7, we got TM the Monster, 3.5 billion, starting to see a little bit more separation now from 8 to 7 at SSS1-8. Number 6, TA the Avengers, 3.58 billion, SSS1-8. We got number 5, now breaking into the top 5, EXV Exiled Vega at 3.58 billion from SS1-4. And now we get into our nice, lovely final 4 here, which is number 4, Super Naughty SN, 4.14, breaking that 4 billion threshold from Kingdom 31. They're actually up from number 11. You're going to notice them here. They're actually seeing a plus 1.9 billion increase, which is very nice. Then we get to number 3, which is BXS Blood Oath Syndicate from Kingdom 33, 4.4 billion. They're up from number 14, which is where they were placed right there. They're seeing the biggest plus-minus gain thus far for this month's iteration at plus 2.3 billion. And then we got DS from Kingdom 32, 4.85 billion. They're up from number 6. So again, only seeing about a 4-position increase, but still very nice, 1.9 billion on the plus. Then we get to the current number 1 ranked alliance in the game, which is BDO Blood Oath from Kingdom 32. 5.36 billion. They're up from number 3. You can see them here seeing a plus 1.4 billion gain. Even though it's the second lowest gain here for the 5 alliances that we have plus minus gains for, it is still respectable. Alrighty, now let's get into just a little bit of data that I have here at the bottom. So you can see here that our ceiling, so ceiling data is based on what was the ceiling increased by. So if we're excluding merged kingdoms for this, we would look at BDO Blood Oath of 3.93 billion and then what the new power is, right? So the ceiling for top 25 alliances increased by 1.4 billion, and then the bubble is the number 25 position, right? So that would be BDM and OXO from last month and then this current month. We saw that increased, right, for your 1.685 billion to 2.55 billion, 870 million, right, was the plus increase there. The range is defined for me on the power differential between number 1 and number 25, right? So range we saw last year was 4.604 billion, but that's if we're factoring in merged kingdom versus non-merged. This time we just did non-merged. So you're seeing the range here is 2.8 billion, right? So a little bit less between 1 and 25, which in my opinion is better. Then we get to here, right? The kingdoms that are within this top 25 data set is from SS1-4 to Kingdom 77, right? So you can see here, oldest kingdom is 77 with OXO breaking into the top 25. Next, I think is 68 here at number 22, which is EIS. So again, right, you have some newer kingdoms, right, where previously the newest kingdom was S34, hey sweetie, that you could see on this month, right, when we did it for May. So now you're looking at that's 33 new kingdoms released that we ended up going to, right? So pretty much almost double. That's actually pretty good, in my opinion, especially if you're looking at some of kind of the newer or up-and-coming kingdoms. And then this time we had 16 non-merged kingdoms compared to last time we had 10 non-merged kingdoms, right? You can notice a lot more merged kingdoms there, but not as many merged kingdoms here. So I think that is kind of a good testament, I guess, so to speak, because with different merges, especially with the SSSS, right, the 3S kingdoms, those are the ones that, with the exception of SSS1-6, I believe, that one, they actually skipped their second unofficial season, went right into a third one, so they could line up with SSS1-7 and -8. And then we have, as far as the kingdoms that have multiple alliances, there's only 2 this time. So it's S32, they have 3, and then S33 has 2 here in the top 25. And you can see that here, where you got, oops, hang on, we didn't do that right. You got 3 alliances from 32 in the top 17, and then the top 2 alliances from 32. 33 has 2 alliances in the top 10. Okie dokie, artichokes, that's going to be it for me. Again, this data will be available on the public sheet 24 hours from now, where I'll upload it, and then I'll talk about that in the next video as well to give a nice friendly reminder. I'm trying to think if I want to even leave you with anything at this point because, I mean, everything is pretty straightforward. Again, I guess the biggest thing is we looking forward to maybe next month where we'll do it with non-merged kingdoms within the top 25 and maybe just separate some of those sheets there as far as the data that we end up pulling. But again, I love doing this stuff, and so if anything, I hope you enjoy. As always, if there's anything or specific data that you'd like to see me try and grab, let me know in the comments down below. Would love to know your thoughts. Are you shocked at all that we are having less alliances as far as the numbers of them within kingdoms that we're seeing in the top 25? Are you guys shocked that we basically have, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? We have 11 new alliances that are breaking to the top 25 with as high as number 9, right, from 34 GDZ. And then anything else, right? Let me know. That's going to be it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.